Birmingham's 1.8 billion Smithfield regeneration just hit its biggest milestone yet, and is finally moving from plans on paper to physical change on the ground. Archaeological teams are now on site, marking the official change into the build phase of one of UK's most ambitious city centre transformations. In the next few minutes we're breaking this down, the update itself, the numbers behind it, who's been affected, what institutions are doing, and the hidden detail most people missed, and obviously what happens next. The project finally becomes real. Archaeological teams have moved onto the former wholesale market, beginning excavation work required before full construction can begin. This is the first visible sign of a progress on a scheme covering 17 hectares in the heart of Birmingham. The approval for the master plan was granted last year, and this phase signals the start of a physical delivery, something the city has been anticipating for nearly a decade. Symbolic moment, the project shifts from proposal to happening, boosting confidence for investors, residents and partners. But to grasp the scale of this shift, you need to see the numbers behind this. Here's the scale in hard numbers. Let's break down what 1.8 billion actually translate to on the ground. The Smithfield regeneration spans 1.2 million square metres of new development. It includes over 3,000 new homes, a new market district, retail and leisure spaces, public squares and a major new park, one of the largest new green spaces planned in the city centre. The project is expected to support thousands of jobs during construction and long-term employment across hospitality, retail and other services. Its economic impact is forecast to reach well beyond the immediate site, feeding into the big city plan and connected transport routes. These numbers show it's not just a rebuild, it's an economic engine. But numbers don't show how this affects people living and working nearby. For years, the old market area has been a patch of underused land, fragmented walkways and disconnected public spaces. The new master plan promises a bustling mixed use of district, bringing back a reimagined market, new community areas, new family housing and a pedestrian-focused streets. Traders displaced by previous demolitions have been waiting for visibility on when a new permit market facility will return. Local residents stand to benefit from new green areas, safer nighttime routes, and more public amenities. This isn't just a physical regeneration, it reshapes daily life and restores a cultural heart of Birmingham. But big human impact always comes with big institutional decisions. Here's how the council, developers and partners are positioning this project. Birmingham City Council approved the master plan after multiple consultations and design revisions. The development partnership, Lend-Lease, is coordinating archaeological work and early stage delivery. Regional authorities view Smithfield as a catalyst for further central Birmingham renewal. Planning documents highlight connectivity, improvements to key hubs like Moore Street Station and Digbeth. The current phase is part of a tightly squeezed programme, leading towards full construction in the next stage. After years of financial strain within the council, this alignment signals institutional readiness. But beneath all the headlines, there's a lesser known detail that changes everything. Most people think archaeology is just a formality, but here it's key to the timeline. The Smithfield site sits on layers of Birmingham history, including traces of the original bullring markets. Archaeologists will map and preserve remains, influencing how the final layout adapts. Discoveries could also alter foundation plans or trigger conservation steps. This phase must finish before heavy construction begins, and any major find could extend the timeline or reshape parts of this design. The hidden stage is the difference between construction next month and construction next year, and that leads to the big question everyone's asking. The next 12 months will decide everything. Once archaeology is complete, enabling work begin. Utilities, groundwork and preparing plots for buildings, with full construction of the market, homes and public spaces expected to roll out in stages. The project's early phase could open mid-decade, with full build-out stretching beyond 2030. Success here also influences other regeneration efforts in Digbeth and Eastside. The next phase determines whether Birmingham delivers a global-scale city centre district. And the biggest question left is timing. Smithfield Birmingham is no longer an idea, it's entering reality. The excavation underway now unlocks the rest of the 1.8 billion transformation, and in the next year we'll learn how fast the city can move into full construction. The unanswered question is whether archaeology speeds the project forward or uncovers something that forces a redesign. Either way, this next phase sets the pace for an entire regeneration, and what unfolds here will shape Birmingham for decades. If you want more stories like this, then subscribe to my channel.